Hello, YouTube fans, subscribers, friends, and people who accidentally stumbled onto this and don't really know what it's about. Um, I'd like to say I've been taking a vacation from YouTube for a little bit so I can come up with like some more interesting stuff, like I have been, I think. But really, I just kind of got addicted to Farmville. Jesus, and I thought World of Warcraft was bad. I can't believe I got addicted to a game that I can't even kill things in. Anyways, regardless, Robb's back. You're welcome. It's my birthday, Halloween. Thank you, thank you. And you know the election coming up here, midterms. Uh, it's kind of got me thinking about just our voting practices. Well, my voting practices, but I'm not that unique. When it comes down to it, your midterms are your more local people. Screw the president and things like that. It's people like your county commissioner, your the city clerk, treasurers, and all those representatives that you're not sure what exactly they do because they say they represent you, but they don't really represent you because they're all rich old white Christian men who have money and are businessmen, and a lot of us aren't. So how they represent me, I'm not exactly sure. And nonetheless, though, we've already spoken about that. But let's face it, if you vote in the midterms, and most people who vote, they vote all the time. A lot of people, though, they don't vote on the midterms. But if you do vote in the midterms, you probably run across this problem. You have one or two people who you've heard about, you know something. But at the same time, you don't know anything about any of the other people who are running for any of the other positions. None at all. I mean, like right here in Salt Lake Valley, Sandy City, I know for a damn fact I am voting for Jay Siegmiller because I agree with everything he's been doing in the last 2 or 4 years, with except for his lumping in with everybody else in Utah in their crusade against people who smoke cigarettes. I've already blogged on that too. But aside from that, I mean, I have his phone number. I can call him any problems I have and be like, what the, you know? Or I can like ask him any kind of questions I want. Personal accountability, which is what he runs on, which is why I'm voting for him. But who am I going to vote for county clerk? I don't know. I don't even really care that much. I mean, I care in as much as I don't want everything, falling down on my head. So how do we figure out who the hell else we vote for? Well, the first idea is the one that too many people do, which is they're going to vote for whoever's name seems the most familiar because you've seen the most signs. That's just stupid because bad politicians can put up lots and lots of signs. So a lot of people they tend to vote via party. Jazz is back. They tend to vote via party. Now, I'm not very partisan myself, but it seems that right now, when it's everybody's either jumping on board with the idea that the Democrats are going to fix everything, or that the Republicans are going to fix everything, or that conservatives or liberals or any of the extremist groups are going to fix everything. That's, I don't know, our politicians tell us that, all these websites tell us that. They're all wrong. Really, I mean, obviously the country went into shit when Republican conservatives were running everything. The country did not really barely pull its head out of water, and I would say it hasn't really fixed anything. It's just barely stayed afloat with a shitload of liberal Democrats running it. So that tells me that neither one of them can really do it. So either both parties are going to have to, or both types are going to have to run everything together, or get the fuck out of the way for the multiple parties that this nation supposedly has. Anyways, I'm soapboxing here, and I don't mean to be. Um, but essentially, what's fine, cat? Essentially, what I'm saying though is, how do you choose who to vote for? I mean, do you want to just vote straight Democrat? How do you know? There are a lot of screwed up Democrats. There are a lot of Republican thieves. You don't want to just vote straight party. You want to actually have an informed vote. But then, too, you don't really have all the time in the world to go and research every single candidate for every single position in a midterm. On top of that, I mean, we don't even know if any of the research we do on these people is actually even true. There's so many politicians lying about themselves, lying about other politicians, people like me who come up with shit off the top of her head, and other people take it as fact. By the way, what I say usually isn't fact unless I say it is fact. But, oh, you're shedding. Why are you shedding? Anyhow, it's just my Halloween cat, black cat. My Halloweener. She hates that. Almost as much as she hates being called Aloysius. So, how do I vote when I'm voting for people I don't know, for positions I don't know, in elections that don't mean that much? I mean, they do on a grassroots, but, on a national scale, how do I vote? Well, I've taken various approaches. I've tended to vote for, if I don't know who either of the candidates are, I'll tend to vote for the woman because I think we need more balance. Sometimes I'll vote for the person who has the weirdest last name because, well, with my last name, I can kind of, sympathize. But one year I voted for my friend Chris for county auditor. Um, I was proud of him for running and for actually getting together. I hated his party, the Personal Choice Party. Any party which calls itself PCP because of the message it sends with a smiley face is taking our democratic system and making a fucking joke out of it. And he had no idea what the hell a county auditor did, but I voted for him because he was a friend of mine. Hey, man, I'm just one vote, okay? I can afford to do that. If I was actually running everything, it wouldn't really be on nepotism like so. But, so essentially, I mean, they try to tell you vote your heart, but what they really want you to do is just vote, okay? But what they really want you to do is just vote on impulse. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot, really. I mean, you can abstain. That's probably the best way to do it, is vote for who you want to vote for. The reason why you're at the polls, in my example, go vote for Sieg Miller, then abstain voting for anybody else that I don't know. I mean, do I know if Peter Caroon is running an underhanded campaign? Do I know if that other guy who Caroon is running against is really, scamulous? I assume they're both. That's because I'm a pessimistic American. Sorry, but American politics has made me a pessimist. Out here in the real world, we call that a realist. So, really, aside from knowing what the hell you're voting for, it's better to take that time out, a couple hours to read about these people, or just not vote for those specific ones, in my opinion. Because a stupid guess at a vote is, I mean, just stupid. People who don't know who they're voting for, so they guess at who they want to vote for, is the reason why people like Sarah Palin almost gets to be vice president. We really want that? Exactly. So thanks for listening, and we'll see ya.